Miss Shun from Gwinnett County Public Schools and Early Learning, and I have another one of my favorite stories today. So, who's ever heard of the book Brown Bear, What Do You See? That's right. Everybody knows that book, right? So, this is another book by the same author, Bill Martin Jr., and the same really famous illustrator. That means he's the one that made all the pictures inside. His name is Eric Carle. Eric Carle has really great artwork. You can see on here what he uses is paint and different kinds of paper, even tissue paper, and he layers it together and lays them on top of one another to make these great animals. This particular book is a different kind of bear. Who knows what kind of bear that is? It's a white snow bear. What are they called? That's right, polar bear. All right, so this one is polar bear, what do you hear? So our brown bear was seeing things. Our polar bear is going to be hearing things. So that's pretty exciting, right? So parents, this is a great book to start with your kids as they're beginning reading because it's really predictable text. It's lots of repetition. You can memorize this book very quickly. And remember that memorization is beginning reading because they're starting to understand that the words on the page are the words coming out of my mouth, right? So this is a great one to use. So everybody gather up and let's see. No, let's listen for what the polar bear can hear. Are we ready? I might have to make some animal sounds. Will you help me? Here we go. And if you know this book already, say it with me. We're always going to say this part at the very beginning, which is the title of our book. Polar bear, what do you hear? Listen. Roar. I hear a lion roaring in my ear. See that lion? Oh, my page just stopped again. Roar. There he is. Now we start over and we say this animal, right? We don't say polar bear, what do you hear? Now we say lion. That's right. Lion, what do you hear? He hears some snorting. Can I do some snorting? Ooh. You might think it's a pig, but it's not. These are zoo animals. You might see a pig at the zoo. Think of something else that might snort. It's a big one. I hear a hippopotamus snorting in my ear. Hippopotamuses make snorting noises too. Look at him. He's so big. Have you ever seen a hippopotamus? I saw a baby hippopotamus once. They're so cute, but they're huge. Let's read. Okay, say it with me. It's a big word. Hippopotamus. What do you hear? I hear a flamingo floating in my ear. What does a flamingo even sound like? They use the word fluting, so maybe sort of like, ooh, I don't know. Let's see. I love how flamingos stand. Look how their legs bend differently than yours do. They bend the backwards from the way yours do. Let's do it. Are you ready? Flamingo, what do you hear? I don't know how to make this one either, so I'm going to let you guys try. I hear a zebra braying in my ear. Zebras make kind of a, I don't know, I can't even describe it. It's like a little, I don't know. You know what you guys should do? You guys should look it up. Look up different animals and the sounds that they make, and you can watch some cool videos about that. It's a really interesting sound. I can't even describe it. It's almost like whistling and neighing together. Oh. Look at the zebra. Oh, they're so pretty. What do you guys think? Does zebra white with black stripes or black with white stripes? Who knows? I've actually heard that it's not their fur that's that color, it's their skin. Huh. Let's see. Zebra, zebra, what do you hear? This one's not my favorite animal. They scare me. I hear a boa constrictor hissing in my ear. What makes that noise? Boa constrictor makes that noise, but it's a big version of what? A snake. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. He's pretty, but I don't want to touch him. That's a big word, right? It's 2 words. Boa constrictor. And the constrictor means that he squeezes you. Boa constrictor, what do you hear? I hear an elephant trumpeting in my ear. They do make like a trumpet sound with their nose, right? Is that pretty good? That's not bad. Oh, look at that elephant. And look how Eric Carle did all the layering. Do you see that? How there's different colors in there? So different papers all wrapped up together. An elephant has big ears for hearing. Let's see. Elephant, elephant, what do you hear? I hear a leopard snarling in my ear. Let's find that leopard. What do you know what a leopard looks like? Do they have stripes or spots? Spots. Look at that. Leopard, leopard, what do you hear? I hear a peacock yelping in my ear. You should look that peacock up. That's a really cool sound that they make. It's really pretty. Just like how they look. Did you know that the pretty peacocks are the boy peacocks? The girl peacocks are brown and they don't have big fancy tails like this. It's the boy's job to look pretty. Peacock, peacock, what do you hear? I hear a walrus bellowing in my ear. I have no idea what a walrus sounds like. Huh. Another good one to look up and see. Do you know what's cool about a walrus? What does a walrus have? They have those 2 big tusks, right? Like 2 big teeth. But they're not teeth, they're tusks. And they use those to protect themselves. Look at that walrus. Walrus, walrus, what do you hear? Ooh, I hear a zookeeper whistling in my ear. What does a zookeeper do? They feed the animals. They take care of the animals. Let's see. Oh, look, they can even clean up after the animals. I see some fish. Maybe he's going, which of their animals eat fish? Walrus eats fish. Probably some of our other animals would eat fish, but in their natural habitat, a walrus eats fish, right? He's whistling. Can you whistle? Whistling is hard. It took me a long time to learn how to whistle. Zookeeper, zookeeper, what do you hear? Oh, he hears children. Oh, children are loud, right? Oh, look at the children. Are they all dressed up like the animals in our story? Look, there's an elephant and a leopard. Let's read. Growling like a polar bear, roaring like a lion, snorting like a hippopotamus, fluting like a flamingo, braying like a zebra, hissing like a boa constrictor, trumpeting like an elephant, snarling like a leopard, yelping like a peacock, bellowing like a walrus. That's what I hear. So I love this book, right? Because one, it's really easy to learn how to read it. Also, you get to pretend to be an animal and try to figure out what they sound like. Do that together as a family. Research that and figure that out. Try to sound like a zebra. Who sounds the most like an elephant? What does a hippopotamus snorting really sound like? That would be a really cool thing to look up and do together. Read this book together. You can even work on making some costumes and acting it out with your family. Wouldn't that be fun? So, lots of great things you can do with this story. And also, you can try to be an illustrator like Eric Carle and use lots of different kinds of. Think how many kinds of white paper you could get together and make this great polar bear yourself. You could use newspaper print. You could use the paper that comes when you order stuff from like Amazon, how they stuff paper in. You can use that. Just white copy paper if you have it. Anything that you have, you could put together and try to make your very own polar bear or any of the animals in this book. Pick your favorite one. You could make your own zoo. And when we can, go back outside in the world, take a trip to the zoo and see if you can find all of these animals at your zoo. I think we have at our Atlanta Zoo almost all of these animals. Maybe not a polar bear. I've seen one in a zoo, but not at this zoo, I don't think. I don't know. That'd be a cool thing to do too. All right, friends. So keep learning, playing. Remember that books open up your world when you can't go anywhere. Can't go to the zoo right now, but here's a great way to visit the zoo, right? Keep learning and playing because playing is learning. Spend time together, read books. It's just the best thing that you can do. All right, friends. Bye. Have a great day.